Okay, here we are on the first leg of the multi-leg journey to Canada, and chauffeur Fred is right here driving the Tesla, so we're gliding in electric style on the way to Edmonds train station. And when we get to the station, I'll be glad to show you a little bit more, but this is how the Silver Sneakers, Jet Planes, Rails and Trails video begins. See you at the station. Oh, you know. Okay, looks like these are the old artifacts from the days of yore on Amtrak. Oh, that blue china, blue and white china. And over here, oh, here's an old luggage carrier. I don't even think there's rubber on the wheels. I think they're steel. And the old trunks and suitcases. The old breeder board, I think, that they used in the day to give the train schedules. And then some memorabilia. Waiting for the train that'll connect me up in Canada.
Suspension bridge on the right. Well, folks, the Fraser River is typically about 40 minutes to our final station stop of Vancouver, Canada, if they give us green lights the rest of the way. So we're going to hope for that. Hope for a good run into Vancouver from here. Once again, it should be about 40 minutes to our final stop of Vancouver. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the final part of our trip together.
You're just... something wrong with you. Let's head to the boarding area. Get a coffee or something. And they have an indoor lounge as well as an outdoor seating lounge area, if you will. So it's a nice day, and here I think most everybody that's going on the trip is sitting outside. They have a barista up there. You get a coffee or whatnot. And I'm going to change cameras when I get on board, because I don't know if you've noticed, but this camera is fine when it's in the dark or inside. The minute I turn it anywhere towards outdoor sunny exposure, it overexposes. So we'll do that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't able to film while boarding because it took all my appendages to get me on board, but this is our home for the next 5 days. I am in what they call a berth station, but it's, you know, I understand the staterooms aren't much bigger, so plenty of room to maneuver around, and then these convert to beds. We're still scheduled to depart about 3 o'clock, and I will give a grander tour later and try to fix this outside thing. But yeah, that's kind of it for the moment.
To the train, that's what I call it. That's where everybody goes to enjoy the scenery, make new friends, exchange emails, and have a good time. So laptops, tablets, books, magazines, video games, all that other stuff, best place for that is down here or in your room. Upstairs in the dome, yeah, that's for socializing and really enjoying the scenery. Again, courtesy rule, unwritten rule, but I've done little traveling, but I've been somewhere where I'm sitting like this. There's somebody here like this the entire time. I'm like, can we switch so I can look? And it's like, nah. So, yeah, upstairs, keep it to the viewing and socializing. In the last couple of years, I have, believe it or not, I've had about half a dozen different passengers that 15 years ago, 14 years ago, 20 years ago, 35 years ago, made friends on the train. They exchanged emails and numbers and everything, stayed friends, and then came back and did another trip together. That is how important the dome car is. So, make friends, exchange numbers. Yes, sir.
Kevin,
Yes.
that last car, the dome car, is it restricted only to some folks? Or?
For today, it's permanently restricted. After today, after 4 o'clock p.m., you can head on back there. Yeah, until 4 o'clock, it is prestige only. Yeah.
Stage only for the dome. You can go anytime for a drink, right?
After 4 o'clock.
After 4.
Yeah, after 4 o'clock. And then the dome car, we've been having battles with management regarding the dome car back there. As somebody that's mainly where I work, we normally block off all seats for the prestige guests because just like here, there's only 24.
Right.
And they did pay for that package, so we try to block them all off. But management and service design has been saying, nope, you're only allowed to block off half the seats. So you are, if it is available, allowed to sit up in the dome in the back. Keep in mind, the rule that they told us is if the prestige do need the seat, they will ask you to not exit the car, but exit the seat for them.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I can go anytime for a drink.
Yeah,
After 4.
starting tomorrow after 4.
After.
Yeah, and speaking of drinks, I am the bartender in the car as well, so between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m., if you feel like having a beer, a wine, a soft drink, a mixed drink, don't hesitate, come see me. And the forms of payment are either cash, you don't need connectivity for cash to work, or credit cards, actual credit cards, no Visa debit, no prepaid, no debit, nothing like that. And unfortunately, you can't use your watches or phones. We plug your card into a machine and do it that way. Yeah, Via's the Canadian anyways, like 15 years in the past still.
So we could have a drink here too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a semi-good selection. Like I got, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 different microbrews, 2 from Vancouver, 2 from Winnipeg, 1 from Toronto. I have a pretty good selection of red wine, 3 different choices. I think I have 4 for white wine. I have vodka, gin, white rum, Crown Royal, Canadian Club for the Canadian Rye whiskey, Bailey's, Grand Marnier, Remy Martin. So I got a decent amount that I can play with. Yeah, right.
No more questions.
So yeah. So aside from that, again, my name's Kevin. Welcome aboard. While you're here around, don't hesitate. Ask questions, concerns, anything. Bring it to my attention, the crew's attention. We're here for you. Literally, this is what we do. So anything that we can do, we will. Anything that's kind of red zone, we'll try to figure it out. All right. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Now we're going. From the yard here.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean.
An hour.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, like in about an hour we should be past Mission and getting into the Fraser Canyon. So it's gonna like there's still lots of little communities and towns, but it is gonna be a lot more open in nature.
good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's about an hour or so.
Okay, good.
Got
I do
fair.
have one more question.
Bring it on.
Are we have to cross over to Mission, don't we?
Yeah.
So we gotta go over the river again.
Go over the river again. Oh yeah, we'll cross it a handful of times between now and where the town of Lytton used to be. That's where the Fraser and Thompson rivers connect. Then we follow the Thompson to Kamloops, and then tomorrow we follow the Fraser River for like 2 minutes before it opens up into Moose Lake, which is the headwaters, and then after that we go through Jasper. Roughly.
Kevin, was that 4 every day on the front dome?
Sorry?
Was that 4 p.m.
So
every
the
day?
park car 4 o'clock p.m. every
Every
day,
day.
except for today. It is permanently banned for them. Booked for them because being that we leave at 3. Yeah.
And is there any other, since we're punishing the second seating on the wine thing, is there any other wine?
Oh yeah, I do it every night at 7.
Oh, okay.
Second call for dinner is the most popular and everybody wants it. So for the passengers that don't get it, we can do a wine presentation. So if you want to enjoy a wine presentation,
Cool.
take first or third.
Or late dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Every night, he said.
The wine presentation upstairs in the dome. Yeah. Yeah, so any like activities that I'm gonna do, like say, I don't know, like Canadian trivia or name that tune, is gonna be in this area here. Talks and presentations up in the dome, that way while I'm bombarding everyone's eardrums, they can enjoy the scenery. I do lots of hand gestures too.
But what time do we go through Jasper?
If we're on time getting there, 11 o'clock roughly tomorrow. Like 11 a.m. roughly tomorrow.
Oh, a.m.
Yeah, a.m. Yeah, yeah, because Edmonton's tomorrow night. So roughly, if we are running on time, around 11 o'clock.
Do you have anybody talking about the geology of the Kootenays and the Rockies?
The geology of the Kootenays and the Rockies. Well, I do chats. I don't know much about the geology, but yeah, but I do a little bit of chatting about stuff. So
Well, I'd be
you'll
happy
just
to-
have to watch for the schedule in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be happy to join you.
Yeah? Perfect. All right, so aside from that, folks, I'm going to leave your eardrums alone now. So again, welcome on board and enjoy.
Thanks, Kevin.
Very welcome. How you doing?
And you didn't have shit.
But a little further down, you'll see how the fire started at the base of the mountain and just made its way up around the top. And then here is like nothing ever happened to the left. Yeah. That's how it was untouched. Yeah, but you'll see the pile of vehicles here all storage. The school and the hospital, they were all safe. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that's what the news said.
Water treatment.
Yeah, and the station never touched.
Never touched.
Old town.
Yes.
Yeah, this mountain. Do you know the name of this mountain? We have Three Sisters. We seem to have Three Sisters everywhere, but that's not really right. Well,
Three natures,
is the
okay.
fire louder? Three Sisters in your spot. We were lucky enough
Probably
to have
lightning.
a station down there.
How this fire started?
This is one of your stations as well?
This is where we usually stop, yeah.
Oh, this is where they usually stop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jasper Station. Not stopping until the 15th of September.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have
So that's
been
not too long.
deep down and down there.
They made it up through unscathed, as it were, fire-wise.
And our totem pole here
Have you
survived.
heard of the insurance companies come stepped up and started?
I haven't heard much about that. I hope they don't give them a hard time. Insurance companies.
Where we live in Barrie, we had a tornado go through 3.5 years ago, and the insurance companies, people still arguing what their houses aren't done yet for insurance.
Act to God.
on our way up, there were elk that were actually going through the rubble there.
Boy. Where am I? Arlington State.
They were getting back to you on the way.
Yeah.
They're a little bigger than I thought. Long, anyway.
The Jersey Station never
Thank you.
It's like, tell me I have a smattering of folks, probably people that work there, because I don't, well, maybe more than that if that's a hotel. Crimson. Oh, maybe they're doing work. I don't know. I don't think they're allowing tourists in yet.
$20. But she figures it costs you about $6.
Yep.
And proceeds are going to
Okay, is she on the train?
she's offering services.
Oh.
All right. Farewell, Jasper. We hope to see you more up close and personal next time. Those lights weren't even on. The last 3 sets have all been red. 3 lights on each side. It's the lower light that's red. Don't know what that means. We'll follow up more with that later. In the meantime, my Chinese sidekick and I are sitting in the Prestige Class Dome, and we're going to go get him some drugs, legal ones, here when we get to Edmonton, because he left his at home. And the staff here couldn't really help him. They were trying. So I said, let me just take this on as my project and just don't leave us in Edmonton when we go to get his prescriptions filled. They stay there for an hour, and they actually said they will delay the train for us. I don't anticipate a problem, as we're only 5 minutes away, maybe 3 miles, 5 minutes by car away from the pharmacy. We're there an hour. I pre-flighted everything through sketchy cellular service, trust me. Got lucky with a couple things. Pharmacy that's open late near the station, and a pharmacist who happened to speak Mandarin so that he could help get all the information he needed from my friend Jun, is his name. And there's the red lights again. And they just said that they wouldn't leave us. I said, you better not. But I think we'll be okay, because the pharmacist was awesome. He's like, I'll have this all good to go. I just need to see him, because he was on 0 refills, so there was more talking here, talking and chalking, obviously with the help of the pharmacist, and a little bit more casual laws in Alberta, Canada, than maybe in America or even BC. So that helped. Anyway, it just kind of fell in place. The staff was supposed to kind of do all this and get back to us, and they were going to try to hook it up. You know, they can't leave the train, of course. We'd have done that. But, you know, they're pretty busy. And just from the way they talked, I thought they were going to do it. And I finally just said, me do it. So nice. And I got a little lucky, so he's got some angels up there or something. Anyway, it's just kind of a side story to the, and it's kept us occupied and busy and fun and communicating more. We both use our Google Translate, which works great. And occasionally, you know, we get an interpreter that sits kind of near us. That's rare. But sometimes his daughter will call, and she speaks a little English. And then Amy has actually really been helpful, because her English is really good. And she speaks Mandarin and Cantonese. So that helped. And this whole putting it all together was in like a 10-minute period after much, you know, research and figuring everything out. And right after I got done setting everything up, you know, the call drops. So there was a little bit of luck, serendipity, or little angels helping. Anyway, it's all good. He needed the help. And there we go. So We'll be in Edmonton in about, a couple hours. And the staff did volunteer to hook up the taxi for us and not leave us. I said, you know what, you do that, we're all good. All right, folks, stay tuned. Yeah, we're getting into Edmonton. We've had bone yards, car yards, parts yards, equipment yards, lots of maybe farm type industrial equipment, a bunch of wheat fields. I don't know what's in there, kind of built and strong. But this is definitely the industrial section here in this outer edges of Edmonton. And it looks like they have more agriculture than I thought they would, but not that I knew. I don't know why I would think that. I don't know what all these things are. There's lots of strange looking boxes, small and large, around. And get it. Silos, Silo City. Probably Dukes. And there's lots of heavy equipment here and there. Anyway, we're about in Edmonton and on our mission. The guys were so nice because they were having such a hard time doing this, and I just got lucky getting this done. A little perseverance as well, but they're going to pay for the taxi, escort us to it, have an employee go with us to make sure we get back on board in case there's any hang-ups, because they need the employee. And if the train's late a little bit, so be it. Now that's what I call service. Pretty good. These freight trains that go by us fairly frequently and we have to stop for fairly frequently are anywhere from like 160 to, we counted 200 on one consist. Anytime you see 4 locomotives, it's going to be big, I guess. Anyway, there you go. We're pulling into Edmonton. We got a back end. It's a Y-rail type thing. Freight trains definitely take priority. We're supposed to have been there an hour ago, but it's all good. They're going to save and wait dinner for us. Not everybody, but they're going to keep some in the oven, as it were. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Okay. I guess it's flax. Screaming, green and flax and waxing. Anyway, every time I turn on my camera to record something that's kind of vast and expansive, I get the trees and bushes in front of me. Here we go. I believe that's flax out there, but I'm not sure. I heard that. And earlier when I talked about I didn't know there were so many lakes in Canada, well, I now know there are that many lakes in Canada. It's kind of like Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. I think this part of Canada, and where we came from, especially with the Rockies, they gotta have 10,000 and some bigger ones. All right, till next time.
Come on up. You gotta go put your shoes on. As soon as you leave your room, shoes on your feet. It was in the announcements. I don't actually.
It's better for your feet too.
20.
Vandy City.
You're gonna need more wine, Kevin.
Yeah. Vandy City. You're engaged.
Oh, there's all the wine.
Yeah, that's like one of the most.
All right, how is everybody doing?
Better now.
Doing all right? Enjoying the more for us. Okay. Enjoying the first few hours of the journey. Yeah. 2.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. You're welcome. And again, just a reminder: the tray tables don't fit all the glasses we have in those little holes. So while you have a glass on the table, one hand on or by it at all times.
It'll be lucky to touch the table.
That way, the drink doesn't fall off onto the floor or onto your lap, because those are all forms of alcohol abuse. No, exactly. Right. He's not back soon. You get 2 glasses.
Oh no, he'll be back.
I'm trying to help you out here. Come on.
New Zealand.
I wondered if that was an Australian and New Zealand.
Australia? No.
No,
that would be me.
So my parents are Kiwis, and so I often get picked up for nearly being a pop.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. This is
Originally
my
from
zone
Tasmania, but I
for the
live in New South
presentation.
Wales at the
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
In other words,
Nara?
Yeah. You got it.
all right.
Yeah, okay.
But if you want to come up and take quick videos and stuff like that, just ask and I'll slide over a bit. But yeah, this is my zone. All right.
He's a pretty funny guy.
All right, so everyone's doing good. That's good to hear. Is that garbage? You want me to get rid of that for you? There we go. Yeah, you're very welcome. All right, how am I going to do this? How should I do this?
You're the pro.
How many seats do I got available? 1, 2? Okay. Just in case other people show up. So I got 1 seat here and 1 seat there, just in case. Perfect. All right, well, how many of you have ever been to a wine presentation before? 1, 2, 3, a couple of you. Excellent. Where have we been for our wine presentations?
Tasmania.
Home doesn't, okay, yeah, home counts.
Well, I worked at the winery.
Yes, well, we established that earlier, that's right. Okay, so we got Tasmania.
Hunter Valley, New South Wales, Australia.
New South Wales, Australia.
Oh, you've been Hunter Valley.
I'm sorry?
Hunter Valley. We've done that.
One more time.
Hunter Valley.
Underbelly. Hunter. Giving you a hard time, sorry. I like to do that. Okay, Hunter Valley, where else?
Margaret River.
Oh, yes.
Woodinville Wine City in
One more
Washington.
time for me, sorry.
Margaret River.
Margaret, where's that?
Western Australia.
West of Australia. So a lot of Australian drinking here. Okay, have we drank anywhere outside of Australia?
California.
California.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Queenstown, New Zealand.
Wow. So all on that side of the globe. Minus California. Anywhere else?
Oregon.
Oregon? Oh, nice. I think that's the first time I've heard Oregon brought up there.
Good one.
Right on. So, Canada is still a pretty young country when it comes to winemaking. Have we all had an opportunity to sample some Canadian wines in your travels so far? Kind of ish. Not really.
Just your whiskey.
Trying to. Yeah. All right, because I like to ask how Canadian wines are kind of faring up to the wines that you've tried all over the world. Again, being that we are a pretty young country when it comes to that. So, I guess being that most of you have drank a lot in Australia, how are the Canadian wines faring up to your Australian wines?
The champagne. Sorry, the sparkling wine's pretty good.
Sparkling wine's pretty good.
Yeah, the Merlot was nice.
Yeah.
Merlot was nice.
Hi, Ben.
Sorry.
Hi, Ben.
For wines, yes, I'm gathering that. Absolutely. All right, well that's good. So, even though we haven't sampled lots, our wines are doing relatively well. That's good. So wine is a drink that has been around for quite a long time now. I don't have all the time in the world to go through all the information out there about wine because, I mean, it does have a extensive amount of information, everything from the origin, the different types of grapes, the fermentation process, filtering, the ground and the whole history of it. So much information. I don't have that much time to go through everything, so I just kind of scramble everything up in the old hard drive, and it's gonna be like nothing you've ever seen before. Famous last words, right? Okay.
How much better reds were than whites?
Here we go. That's not what I was going to say, but you actually helped me get back on track here. All right, so there are 4 different types of wine out there that you can enjoy. You got your table wines like what you're sampling here. You have your sparkling wines, which are things obviously like sparkling wine or champagne. But of course, you cannot call it champagne unless it is from
Champagne.
Champagne. Very, very clever there. Although I did learn about a month ago that there is a place apparently in California that was calling it champagne before champagne was calling it champagne. So they are actually illegally allowed to call it champagne. I said champagne too many times. What's that, sorry?
How did they prove that?
I have no clue, but I was told by Californians that I had on the train that there is a place, and they started calling it before they copywrote it.
They were French immigrants.
Like recognition of like heritage.
There we
thing,
go.
And so that was passed fairly recently because that's a post like EU was after the EU was formed that legislation was passed. So if California, if this place in California was calling it champagne before that
they
legislation
coined
was
it,
passed,
yeah.
They might have been able to get an exemption.
There we go.
You are.
Yes. Thank you.
She's good.
She had a microphone, she'd be dropping it. All right, so yes.
I'm surprised she drinks
Okay, so
champagne.
there you go, folks. Up to the right there. I'll try to get my bald head out of the way.
The trees are thank you. That's thoughtful.
Hell's Gate, the most narrow passage
In the world.
discovered by Simon Fraser on his journey through British
Yeah, they put a gap in
Columbia.
the trees.
Yeah, and so we're going to cross it since it's Hell's Gate. Yeah.
So many Hell's Gates around the world.
That's true. Hell's Canyon,
Right
Hell's
underneath
Gate.
there.
I'm sure back then,
So
without the
during
infrastructure, it was
construction
hell.
of the railway, right now we are currently on the Canadian Pacific side. This is going way, way back, long before trains, planes, and automobiles. The way that people used to travel the world was by ship and boat. So what they would do to the wine is they would add alcohol content to it, and that elevated alcohol content would ensure that the wine would make it the long journey overseas or wherever it was they were going. Any bad bacteria and things that got in it, that higher elevated alcohol content would kill everything, so that way when they got where they're going, they can drink the wine and not get ill. Fourth wine, the final one, is something called a dessert wine. Does anybody here have an idea what a dessert wine might be?
Very sweet.
Sorry?
Port.
Sauternes, ice wine.
There we go. Ice wine. That is probably the best example of a dessert wine, and I will actually finish the presentation off talking a little bit about ice wine. So right back into it, let's bug that nose again. Use your dominant nostril, take a big old sniff. What is our nose telling us about this VQA Baco Noir out of Ontario?
Baco Noir.
Sorry?
I forgot what you called it. Baco Noir?
Baco Noir. Yep, BACONOIR. Baco Noir.
Pinot Noir
Is that a Pinot Noir varietal?
Yeah, and it's like I want to say that these Baco Noirs are even like they are like relatively new like wines, especially in Canada. So, no, and neither am I. Like, and there's not much of a story on the back.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be a downer because I don't like
No, that's right. Are you liking this though?
it. No.
That's two swing and a miss with this. Like,
It's her fault.
she blames you for a lot.
I blame her for everything. It's very convenient.
I make my own wines.
Yeah.
There's a lot of choice of wines in the house.
Okay.
So then they get to develop like, ooh, this is not good and this is
I'm
good.
unnecessarily fancy.
So they've been spoiled for choice.
Okay. Unnecessarily fancy. She's got some good expressions. I like it.
I didn't choose this life.
Yeah. Aw. Aw.
Oh, I'm so
I'm getting
sad.
tears. All right.
Okay. Down the hall of the train. Into
There's 3 of these type cars. They're all the same. And this is, everybody's going to bed now. That's the dome car. It's dark now, but thank you. Pretty much the same. They got 3 of those, which is kind of the bar card, and then here's the game room. El Game-O room. Apparently these are pretty active areas, and I'll get more pictures tomorrow and whatnot. But I am taking a hike to the park car, and it is a hike. I do this for a couple reasons. It's a really nice car, lounge, and I'm trying to wear myself out to sleep better, or at least drink myself out, or both. And there are 3 wrestling cars like this. I'll get them when they're fully dressed, as it were. I just wanted to start this because I haven't done a real hallway video yet, and I want to see how this works. But yeah, you know, it's like jogging intensely because you're using every single muscle to balance. Right now, I think we're slowed down. Maybe not, but at times you can be bouncing off the walls. But you learn. I mean, here I am, not touching anything, holding this with one hand. You learn, you know. And normally, you know, people don't go this far. I'm the only knucklehead that does this all the time because I like the parker. And this is prestige class, as you can see. Leather, cherry doors. You know, leather on the other side, nice windows, nice rails, oh, foot lighting. But for 15 grand, I'll stick with my quaint little berth because I only paid $1,200. You know, and once you get in bed, it's all the same. Okay, so we're getting into the lounge car area. I think I got to go through 2 more prestige cars. Of course, they have the, oh, pushing the wrong button. Everybody gets fooled like that. Oh, did I make it already? Yeah, I guess I did. So here's the parked car lounge area.
Well, as I got there, they closed the park car down a little early because we were making the Winnipeg connection. So I went back in the day and got some pictures, you know, of what it looks like. Somebody's sitting there, but it's a really nice lounge area at the very back of the train, and you know, you can literally just sit there and stare out the back window, which is kind of cool. I mean, you always think of going forward, but kind of watching it go past you is kind of cool. And that's the parked car looking from the other dome. It's the last car, and just coming down the stairway from the dome. And speaking of the stairway, this is it, which goes up. Their dome is the only one of the, I think there's 3 domes, maybe there's 4, but it's the only one that you go up from the rear stairs. All the rest are from the front. And I guess the thing of that is it's a little nicer car. They're all really nice. Is you can get up to the very, very front like I did before and take pictures out of the front window without, you know, the stairway being there and whatnot. Very nice car. Very nice.
Changing of the guard.
Doesn't look like that many vittles to go to Toronto.
Yeah, we need more food and more booze on that Splag wagon.
Those are mine.
So what we do here in Winnipeg is we change the staff because, you know, regulations, and they've been working. I think they, you know, start in Winnipeg, go to Vancouver, and come back to Winnipeg. So we're going to have a whole new crew to train when they get in here. The last one's been great. I'm sure they're all great. But we're at Winnipeg. I think there's under reconstruction here.
Just remember the chair went behind you. So you won't sit down.
Oh, yeah. I've learned to look before I leap, sir.
Any more living? Yeah.
Oh, Kevin,
Yeah, I just started rolled over. It's like, I can feel it going down the back of my leg. I heard somebody say, "Oh, Kevin."
Yeah, you forgot to leave the bar key for a few minutes. While we'll give the bar key to the new.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Well, they got that down to a science. Yay!
You're shaking there, guy. You good? Come on up, Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Come on,
Come on.
Benjamin, did you the We're gonna bring you in right now. Don't scare him off, Kevin.
We're saluting the old crew staff goodbye and got to start breaking in the new crew right away.
Only in one of the sleeping cars there.
All righty.
Party going on in here.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good.
Good. Welcome to our party and thank you for coming aboard and helping us.
What's your job? Are you coming? I'm sorry.
Hi, how you
You don't
doing?
know anybody but Kevin. Are you okay?
Yeah, you doing good? Standing by. That's all
I don't
right.
have anything judged like this.
Are you near the top of the stairs?
Oh, I haven't.
Okay, we've stopped here at, they call it, what was it? Horn Pane. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, I haven't really looked at the consist. You can see, I walked through it. So I'm going to try to get the outside of the train on this. Plus exercise my legs. The weather was supposed to be like in the 70s or even high 70s all week long, but you know how that is. We're up north and we're in country that's like Seattle, where you just better bring your shorts to your raincoat, to your heavy coat sometimes, or at least light coat. And I think there's only oh, there you go, Horn Pane. I think it's something to do with the native Canadian indigenous people, that type of name, but I'm not sure. Now this is coach, I believe. Yeah, we're looking at the coach where all these people sit in chairs for 4 days. Oh, I have no idea. Actually 5 days. But I kind of forgot to look to see how many engines there were, and I'm sure there's an electrical car involved here too. So I'll see how far. I think we have about 20-25 minutes. See how far I can get up here and take a shot. It's a little chilly. I'm gonna guess that it's in the high 40s, but I don't know for sure. And oh, it looks like a baggage car here. I'm not 100% sure on that. So yeah, storage, baggage, whatever. And then what we got, two straight on locomotives, or this could be the electrical car. One locomotive, yeah, one, well, not sure. One locomotive, one electrical car, maybe they're both that way. I don't want to go too far up. 5240, yeah, it looks like possibly this might be a locomotive, but I'm not sure. I better head back. They try not to leave without you. Definitely a generator. Lots of space in there. Not a whole lot of checked baggage on these things. People pack lightly, unless they're going elsewhere after this trip and have to have extra baggage. So, they have lots of room in there. Once again, put me in, coach. No, thank you. Put me in first. Okay, sleeper first. Yeah, bit nippy because the last time we were outside, I think it was 78. But we've changed 3 time zones in 3 days, and certainly weather zones. It's all part of the adventure. All right, yep, coach. Looks like they got 2 seats on each, in the aisle and 2 seats on the other side. They're nice seats, don't get me wrong, but they don't really recline. I wouldn't want to do it. A lot of people just take short legs. That makes sense, where they'll just go from this town to that town. But that's kind of the deal. I believe there's about 26 cars. Well, they said there was 24, but I think there's more. I'm not quite sure how they count them. I think they added some cars, maybe in Winnipeg or somewhere. So I think we're up to close to 30, 29 to 30 already. Oh, so I'm going to get back on board. Oops, what car is this? Oh, no, that's my car. Glad he was going slow. I was going to say. We're playing Name That Tune. I'm helping the younger generation out because we're doing old songs, older songs.
Yes. Number 11.
Itsy bitsy yellow, yeah, itsy bitsy bikini, itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow dog.
Number 12.
Polka dotted bikini. Frankie Avalon.
It's an old chest.
There'll come a day when you will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know you're just a gigolo. Life goes on without me.
All right, song number 14, Kate. There are 2 artists on this one, an older one and a newer one, so I'll play a little more. Listen very
Roger Miller.
Is it 13?
Roger
Oh,
Miller.
I'm skipping ahead. Yes,
Just a
sorry,
guess.
13.
Thank
Thank you.
Picking up the songs like on your phone?
No, I'm picking up you.
All right, song 13.
Raindrops falling on my head. Bert Bacharach. Look. Bert. B-U-R-T Bacharach. For sure. Been talking to the sun. I said I didn't like the way things done. Wow.
All right, round of applause for everybody, folks. You're welcome. Do not go anywhere. I need 2 minutes to tabulate all the scores, because like I said, I do have prizes.
That's right.
Sink. It's conduced through that.
No.
You're to the,
Where are we?
you're to the left there.
Yeah,
Where are you going?
I never get it straight.
I don't know where we are, but I can get you to where
We're
you're
Sioux
going.
Lookout, so we're officially in Ontario now.
All right.
Yeah.
When do we look like on the map that we go across Sioux Lookout or something?
Yeah, Sioux Lookout.
Is that a bridge, or that you get across the bridge and then you have a lookout point?
I think it was the, so they would look like the indigenous Ojibwe people would look out for the Sioux Raiders. Back when they were,
She goes to full gear.
Whoa!
I guess this is like their territory, and then back when there were Sioux Raiders hundreds of years ago, they would look up on the hill over to be able to look for any of the invaders that were going to come in. So
they could, be on
so
top
yeah,
of
that's
it.
what they call it, the Sioux Lookout.
Yeah.
They're looking for the Sioux Raiders.
Is what's the best kind of scenery thing coming up in the next short while?
Right now, it's probably just this little town right here, and then we're about to go into the northern Ontario bush, where it's nice. It's cool because you'll feel like you're in the wild, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of trees and lakes.
I thought there was a lot of like bay or water or lake, water opportunity bay. So much water that there'd be some good views of the water.
Oh, you're gonna see about 1,000 to 2,000 lakes today.
Yeah.
And the boreal forest. So it's
okay.
It's just lakes and lakes and lakes and lakes and
so
lakes.
so I go back to bed for an hour, so I'll still have good photo ops.
It'll be about the same once you wake up. It's all just like trees and lakes today.
Yeah, and every time I try to get a video of this beautiful view, the trees pop right up for the next 4 minutes, and
It'll be good today. You know, we got blue skies. Maybe you'll catch some reflections on the water. And
okay.
Beautiful sunset. So
Okay.
yeah, today will be a good one for getting some nice shots.
Yeah, good. Okay, so and then you understand our front of the bus cabin where you try to sleep late, but look, here we are up. But I think it's the first time I've knocked 4 hours in a row since we started.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so, and then I sometimes my bunkmate and I leave the bed down for a while, as long as we can, because we end up.
June.
Yeah,
John, right?
Junji and John.
Junji.
But I hear ya. You can reverse them in Chinese. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Let
Jordan.
me know if you need anything, all right?
Jordan, right?
Yeah, John, right?
Yeah, right.
That's good.
All right, we'll see you.
Enjoy your morning.
And this is what it looks like when they're converted down, and the benches, other beds right up here. So it's nothing fancy, but it works. And this is when they pulled the top down. This is a good example of what you see. Of course, this bed isn't made up because nobody's living here, just in the warmer. Yeah, this is the usual hike as it were. So I usually truck through this thing. Got on my train legs, as they call it right now. We're not moving. It's just actually harder sometimes for me when we're not moving. Just because I'm so used to balancing. Good morning. I get some orange juice. And this is they call it the game room, which is connected to the Sky Dome. Sky Dome. Oh. Anyway, it's about 7 in the morning. people doing up. I mean, none of us have had any sleep. Yeah, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but so far, yes, everybody had a doctor. Yeah, 2 hours the first night, maybe 3 or 4 the second night. No, OJ. Oh, OJ. So this is your basic brunch breakfast on board the Canadian eggs and Canadian ham and Canadian watermelon. And this is my new friends. There they are, Leanne and Graham. Graham the Bruce, who always eats way before I do, so that's all right. She's got the Italian. I think she's part Italian.
Oh yeah, my mom used to say.
But she has Italian every meal almost. But anyway, more later.
And there were meals, and there were meals, and there were meals. Don't get me wrong, it was all very good, delicious even. As a matter of fact, it's been said that the Canadian is one of the best restaurants in all of Canada. So there you go. Oh, there's the rack of lamb. The hard part was just how do you get rid of all these calories when you're on a train? Part of the reason I walk to the park car every day. I didn't care too much for the whipped cream French toast, but they sure could bang up some bacon, and that was good. Oh yeah, and lunches. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And like I said, and there was always snacks and juices, usually in the morning for that, but even in the evening, and the coffee stand was a requirement. Every third car, even though you could get it, from the attendant. Oh, prime rib, I had that once, it was good. They really had something for everybody. I mean, it wasn't just all steak and potatoes. You had a little bit of everything. Falafel. I think that was some kind of beef. I don't know, was that the fricassee with the brie? It was all good. The hard part was just burning off all the calories. Oh, I finally had to get a hamburger, of course. And brunches were good, breakfast, lunches, dinners. But it was all good.
Did you hear the bells? Oh yeah. Did you hear another one?
Huh?
Did you hear any bells on that call last night?
Well, it was a very busy moment from 4 a.m. to 4:45 a.m.
Was it?
It was.
Spend that time on the sleigh.
Oh God. I had fortunately gotten a couple hours by then, but I had to go to the restroom, right?
Yeah.
So I go into the restroom, and I usually get, I thought it was indecent, but I was like only in my boxers, right? Because I got to go, and nobody, I've done this a few times, and I'll just sneak in there. And so I'm coming out, and that gal, I forget her name. Huh? The blank yeah, with the dog. And so she's navigating, she's going, up past us, like to the ladders, and I go, and she kind of looks at me, and I go, hey, are you all right? You're okay, and she goes, before I could say anything, she goes, I need an attendant. And I kind of, okay, she doesn't look panicked. I'm like, okay, how about I will hit the attendant button in my back. You stay right there, and they'll come. And she goes, no, I've been doing that. I said, well, okay, just give me a minute, because I put my pants on and whatnot, and she had taken off, right, kind of moving down there. Then I kind of heard that maybe she was talking to a friend or something, so I said, oh, okay, because I was going to say, if it's an emergency, we'll wake somebody up, but if it's, wait, I'll go. I know there's a few attendants away. It's few and far between. But she was gone, and then trying to come by a couple minutes later as I'm trying to get dressed. And
Oh, you're going Toronto, do you know?
I go, hey,
Yes.
I go, have you got caught up with the lady? Yes, we have. I go, oh, great, thanks. And then all of a sudden, going back to bed, and 10 minutes later, knock, knock, knock. But it was on the guy next to me, up top next to me. We're at their station, so he got off at Sudbury at 4:30 in the morning. So there's all this commotion and something about her needing a wheelchair. I guess she's down the hall from us or something. I don't know what she needed a wheelchair for, but it was all being handled, and I was like, good, somebody else handling it. But it was kind of just a lot of commotion. And then the bells were because basically we're stopping in Sudbury, or whatever. We stop both in Carlisle and Sudbury, and they do the bells, ding ding, boarding people and stuff. People got on and off.
Oh, that must have been the only time I was this way.
It's like an active little half hour, 45 minutes.
Must have gone to sleep when I went to bed. When I woke up, I thought I didn't sleep forever. It was only 12:30 when I went. Shit, really.
YouTube page, whenever you feel so inclined to follow me, it would be very helpful for me in dressing. This is my full-time job, I don't do anything else. I play some covers, I play some originals. That song you just heard is one of mine. I wrote it about the Thompson River. The last time I drove out to British Columbia, there's a road across the river. If you could see it, it was above the train track on the other side of the river, and we drove that road. And it was very treacherous because you look off to your right and there was a cliffside going down to the river, and the other side was a rock face. So it was not a fun drive, it was very stressful. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna play some Metallica now. This is Nothing Else Matters, and this is as heavy as I get for an acoustic musician.
That's good.
Well, I've done your friend Dean Dyson, that's for sure. Yeah, I was surprised you knew him.
That girly singer doesn't know.
Hardly anybody knows him, and if I ask people about Ian Dyson,
That's where they are. He's the Canadian national anthem. Strong winds.
Coming in from London from over the pond. On the ticket line. So we're coming into, well, I think it's Washigo. You got your wash to go before Toronto. Last, I don't know that we stopped, but last significant city before Toronto, which theoretically is like a couple hours, maybe between 2 and 3 hours away. So coming to a conclusion of a journey that was certainly an adventure, but really, really pretty awesome all in all. You forget about the stuff like bumping your head on the bed ceiling and stuff at the end of the day. But we'll give tips at the end of the video on maybe do's and don'ts and things you can prepare for, and get you much better situated for riding the Canadian, especially if you're on the berths, which a lot of people do take. And I don't necessarily recommend a room, because now that I think about it, when the train's rocking a lot and you're going front to back, it's good. But if you were sideways or perpendicular, I don't know, that might be a whole different ride or a whole different lack of sleep. Anyway, here's the unique skyline of Toronto. But we need the sky tower to fill it in, just like our Space Needle. And we'll get more pictures later, but honey, I'm home. Oh no, I'm not. Honey, we're here. Here we are underneath the, looks like a glass kind of unique roof, translucent. And I guess we're going to debark. I'm right here out of the starboard side of the train, which I think is where the station is, but I'm not sure. I know we debarked in the port side. And looks like we're going to debark right now, so I'm going to put the electronics away and get back at you later. Okay, we arrived. I helped my new friend down to the baggage area. I have no checked baggage, so I just exited the baggage area, and here we are in the Union Station, Toronto, and it's a really nice, you know, old style station, and of course now they have all the mall stuff down here. I'm not sure I'm on lower level or upper level, but we'll figure it out. I got time. So, and we'll get better pictures of the station. Companies I've never heard of, things like that. So, looks like I go down again. Seems like I keep going down, but anyway, we'll follow the Yellow Brick Road, as it were. Well, yeah, quite impressive. Really, there's a lot of, actually all three stations, the Amtrak one, downtown Union Station, Central Pacific, and this one, Union Station, Toronto, all very, you know, that same old good style. I think it's the 20s or 30s. I'll look that up. Now I'm looking tomorrow. They've got a train that runs every 15 minutes straight to the airport. My hotel's 3 minutes away, and I just want to make sure I pre-flight where to catch that puppy, but yeah, I'll come early, so it won't matter. I think it's called, you know, I asked twice, but I didn't quite understand his accent, but it should say Pearson Airport. So anyway, this is all mall stuff. I'm going to kind of leave this out of here and head towards this exit, or go to an information station here and see what I glean. Royal Bank Plaza, and any signs to Yonge Street would be good. Anywhere I didn't have to carry my bag up steps would be good. Although I could do it. And probably an elevator around the side. So that's it for the moment. I'm going to go do a little reconnoitering. I have found said map. Wow. Quite intricate. So anyway, I'll capture this shot. I can study it. Let's see, where am I? We are here. Okay. So let me take a gander at this, and we'll be back at you. I'm going to take a the lobby of the hotel to check in, and in case you can't wait, very nice bar right here. And I'm just sitting down because they're trying to fix their take my money machine. Very boutique-ish. I guess it was built in 1909, and one thing about it is this is the original tile right here from 1909. No doubt cleaned and whatever, restored to the degree. So I will get more pictures later of the whole thing. Alrighty then. What do we got here? Home for the day, for the night, until probably 11 or 12 tomorrow. Just a queen bed, not a big room, but, you know, it was built in 1909. Kind of was hoping I'd get a street view, but it's probably maybe best that I don't. But very nice, very clean, very well appointed. 266 Canadian. And I tried booking the other week. I booked way early, and I think it's like 500 or 450 to 5, even 550 at this point. So I'm happy, and that way I didn't risk trying to make my connection to my flight to Seattle and all that, since I got a good deal on that, a good fare. And also, you know, I just need to kick back and readjust the land for a while, then go to the air. I mean, I could do it, but just too much in one day. So